Hi, I'm Alex Howard, and I'm here with Thora Blondal from the psychology team here at the Optimum Health Clinic. Hi, Thora.
Hey, Alex.
And this is the latest video in our series of videos to get to know the people kind of behind the people, as it were. So we'll find out a little bit about Thora's background, what brought her to work with the Optimum Health Clinic, and really just try and get to know a little bit about you. So, what gave you your interest, perhaps let's say, in this area, and what then brought you to work with the Optimum Health Clinic?
So I think there's a few different threads. I'm quite a curious person by nature. So I've been involved in some sort of retreats, workshops. Next year it's going to be actually 20 years. So that was quite, I was like, wow, that's been quite an eye-opener. So that kind of curiosity about what makes us tick has always been something that I'm really fascinated by. I then fell ill in my early 30s with ME, and after a few years of trying to sort of navigate my own recovery, I came across the clinic. And I think for me what was just such a relief when I came in to did my own 90-day program was the overall picture. So I realized I had this bit, that bit, and that bit, but I didn't kind of have, the bits in between and the overall picture. So for me, that was just like, it was like map that was so helpful. And I'm like maps. I come from a seafaring nation where we navigate, we use maps. I'm quite, sort of into those kind of things. So I really loved that, and that kind of really spiked my interest. I was also doing an MA at the time, and part of my MA was kind of cross-cultural psychology. And that also, I got curious about kind of the condition of ME, CFS, fibromyalgia, and those kind of medically unexplained symptoms in a more cultural context. So, and obviously doing then the training course with the clinic, it kind of all tied together. So when the kind of discussion happened about joining the team, I was like, absolutely, that's a very logical next step, and felt absolutely the right thing to do.
Great. And what, in the work that you do day in, day out with patients, what really lights you up? What of course I know there are many things that you enjoy about the work that you do, but what are some of the things that you're really most passionate about?
I think what I just see so much is the courage. I'm moved pretty much every day by the courage of the people that I work with. And that to me, it just is so nourishing. It's such a privilege to be part of that journey and be, like being the navigator. I often say with patients, you are the captain. I may be a very good navigator, but I'm still just a navigator. But, to have that dynamic and that relationship with people, I can't imagine a better way of spending my day, really. So, but I think the courage, particularly, when we go through our bumpy patches and all of that kind of stuff, the kind of tenacity that I see coming through, it's just, it's the human spirit that just absolutely makes me tick. Yeah,
it's funny, it's one of those things that however many times you see it, it's still beautiful each time you see it.
And the transformation.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's just like, and I think for those of us who have recovered, and for those who are coming through that transformation, it's just like that solid sense of trust that comes through the other end, where anything is possible. I mean, we have our limitations and we need to look out for our patterns and all of that kind of stuff, but I just think that is such a powerful transformation. I love it.
Yeah, right. and when you're not working with patients and doing the various bits you do kind of work-wise, tell us something about Thora's life outside of those roles.
Okay, so I think there's a few different sort of areas. I mean, I quite like hanging out in my own head. So,
okay.
So, I like to...
It might be an unusual idea to some people that are having a difficult time in their own head, but it's a good sign that it can be a nice place to be.
Absolutely. So, pondering ideas or reading, learning, those are the things that that kind of feed my curiosity and sort of move me through things. So I do that. I've got 2 dogs, Nero, who some of my patients, have heard a lot about because he's one of my main teachers, and little Denny, who we've just taken on a few months ago. So there will be, walks, twice a day. So that's kind of punctuates my day. So that's a lot of fun. Yeah, I've taken up drumming recently, so I've joined a medieval band.
I was going to say, it's a somewhat unusual version of drumming.
Yeah, it's not contemporary, so it's like medieval Renaissance moving into just early classical.
Okay.
So, and I love it, it's so very different. But what I love about it is I'm quite preoccupied with thinking about time. Mm-hmm. And I've been thinking about time in cultural context, then kind of quite sort of quantum physics context, but now I'm learning about time in rhythm context, and I love that.
Great. Sounds good. Well, thank you, Thora. Thank you for watching. Hopefully that was an interesting kind of behind the scenes, as it were. We're doing a whole series of these videos, so hopefully you'll get to see your practitioners on camera, behind the scenes, and we look forward to working with you very soon. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.